Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because guess what? We're beginning our Christmas in July series. In this series, we're going to be looking back at most of all of the designs that we've done on this YouTube channel for the past 10 years. Yes, you guys, I've been on YouTube for 10 years teaching Christmas. And so I thought that to get our Christmas in July 2026 going, well, we're going to look at some of those designs with a fresh look. I really hope that you are as excited as I am. So by the time we're done with this month, you are going to be inspired. The product is going to start to begin out on the stores and we can get shopping. Now remember that I am teaching right now live classes on my private group on Facebook. It is called Ramon at Home Masterclass. If you want to join the live fun, you can come to Facebook, look for the post that is pinned to the top, follow the instructions, and I really hope to see you there. We are doing lives every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're having just a ball doing that. But back to the Christmas in July, we're gonna get started with this beautiful traditional looking Christmas tree. I really hope that you learn a few techniques from this tree that you can apply to your Christmas decorating in 2026. Let's take a look. And for that, I have a box of flocked picks right here, and I'm gonna get them out right here, and I'm gonna start moving up. So basically what you want to do is give him a curvature right here, and then you insert and then you fold one of the tips of the tree up so it'll stay in shape. And you want to follow the shape of the tree. You guys see that this is longer, then it gradually gets smaller as it goes up. And then also you want to go ahead and go all the way around. If your tree is going to be seen on the back, then I recommend you go all the way to the back. But because this tree literally sits flat against the wall, then there is no need to really design the back of it. But if your tree is going to be in your home in a place where, well, it's going to be seen, it's like you wouldn't just brush your hair on the front, you would also brush it in the back, right? Well, you want to do the same with your Christmas tree. You want to make sure that it's done all the way around. And as you guys can see, this is really changing the look of the tree. I'm going to continue to go up. As you go up, just make sure that you insert going up so they fly away. I'm gonna do one right here. I'm gonna grab them all. I'm gonna come back over on this side like this. Then once I get to the top, if you guys can see, I'm gonna do some just standing up like this so they fly up. And then I feel like I need another one right here. So those are all the flat cedars that I have. Then I'm going to add some of these bushes. And this is also another type of cedar, and I'm gonna add this in more prominent spaces to really cover some of that tree. As you guys can see, it's changing the look of this tree, and we're going from having a green tree to having more of a flock tree or a snow tree. And this is something that you might want to do if you don't want to spend a lot of money, because I'm always telling you guys to collect this type of pick, because not only you can use it on your wreaths and on your swags, but then look, you can change the look of your tree by adding some of these picks right here. And the reason why I wanted to add some flocking is because the navy blue that we're using, it's more of a darker hue, so therefore it's going to show better in this particular type of treatment. All right, so now that we have our cedars and our tree flocked, I'm gonna get the ribbons ready and I'll be right back with you. You will not want to miss this one. Now, if you cannot afford beautiful ribbons, I really do recommend to invest in them. Think about the themes that you're going to be doing in the future and invest in the ribbons. That is the one thing that if you invest on, it really elevate the look of your tree. All right, so you guys know that I like to drop them on the floor, and then also that I like to have all of my tools at the ready. So I'm gonna get some of these wires out so that way I'm not battling them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dovetail my top, of course. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start right here at the top, and as you guys can see, there's some of this greenery. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do a beautiful loop right here. And I have a video, this is gonna be real quick, but I have a video, I just posted a video on how to add ribbon to your Christmas tree that I'm going to be linking up right here, right now, and then also in the description box below. So you guys can check it out if you want to see a whole tutorial on how to add ribbon. But look, this is what I'm telling you guys. Look how beautiful this shape just like this. Isn't that just stunning? So then what you want to do is you grab your 16 gauge wire and just go all the way back like this. Pull really tight and then give it a few twists. I'm going to go over to this side and I'm going to add this guy right here. I'm going to grab this bristle and I'm going to go all the way down on it and then I'm going to just give it a twist. And then remember, I really recommend a 4-inch, I think it's a 3.5 inch to a 4-inch wide, because the wider the tree, if you put like smaller ribbons, they really don't show. Those smaller ribbons, they should be just an accent for your Christmas tree. But if you add a 4-inch ribbon like this one, and then you do a big loop like this, you want to make sure that it goes all the way out and then attach right here. And look how that just shows so much better. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another loop right here. So I'm going to grab my ribbon and I'm going to do another little loop. Then I'm going to grab one of these bristles and I'm just going to attach it right here. And look what that does. It just creates that extra loop right here. So now what I can do is I'm going to do yet another loop right here. And I'm going to go all the way in. And this is the way that your ribbon's going to really not get lost in your Christmas tree. And I'm not going to use a lot of this darker one because I really don't want to darken the tree. I want to keep it lighter. So I'm just going to do one tail right there. Then I'm going to move over to the other side. Let me dovetail, because if I don't dovetail my ribbons, I know you guys will come in. You guys will come after me. All right, so now I'm going to move over to this side. Remember, this loop should be about probably like 5 to 6 inches. Then go down, pinch, twist, go up, twist, and then twist. And we're gonna do one more right here. Oh my gosh, this ribbon is just absolutely exquisite. Look at this, so pretty. You know, one day I'm gonna have my own Ramon at home ribbons, and I have so many ideas of what ribbons, especially for fall and for Christmas, should look like. So I'm speaking it into existence. All right, I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna go all the way down, and then I'm gonna attach. And look at this, you basically just created your topper. No need for a topper now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna come right here in the middle. And what I like about this ribbon is because you can really manipulate this ribbon. Look at that. So basically we just twist right here. Then I'm gonna do another loop, another little loop right here. Okay, so the next step is going to be to add a few of these flocked hydrangeas and some picks in that beautiful blue color. So I have 5 of these hydrangeas, so I want to find prominent spots like right here, and I'm going to push them in as far as I can. So that's going to help us fill in some of those green voids like right here. And remember, we always go back and fluff our ribbons. So make sure that you add your hydrangeas in the spots where there is more greenery, like that. And then I'm gonna move over to right here, maybe like that, and I'm going to go right here behind this ribbon. You want to go in and out. This is just a filler, but it's also going to give it some texture to your Christmas tree. So then the next thing I want to add is some of these beautiful glitter picks. And oh my gosh, when I said I'm obsessed with this, you guys, I know I'm obsessed with anything that has glitter in it. But look at this. Isn't that just easy to be obsessed with? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some right by where I added the hydrangeas, and I'm just gonna let them fly out like that. Every place where I put a hydrangea, I'm gonna put a pick like this. Look at that. It just extends the shape of the tree. It gives it some color, and I just absolutely love it. So I'm gonna add this guy right here. And make sure you add them sideways, as you guys can see, because that will help it to give dimension to your tree. Instead of putting it flat like this, just go ahead and give it a twist, because that will help it also catch the light. All right, so I'm gonna add one right here on the top, like this. Okay, everyone, let's recap real quick. So far we've added all of these flocking items to the tree to make it look more like a snow tree. Then we added 2 types of ribbon. I added this beautiful blue and white ornament, and then this navy with silver polka dot. After that, I added a few hydrangeas. I have 5 hydrangeas right here on the tree, and 5 of these beautiful navy picks with glitter. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the ornaments, and for that I have clustered some of these really gorgeous blue and white, or actually blue and silver, and a silver one, and I have some glitter ones, and then I have some shiny ones. So I'm gonna show you that by adding them on this wire right here already, what you can do is go in here and grab one of these stems and basically just twist that wire into that bristle, and look at that. It's gonna give you a little cluster of ornaments. I'm gonna add a few, and you wanna make sure that you go in between the cedars, like right here, open them up and then go in and attach them. The reason why is you want this cedar to serve as your flyaway. So you want to see them tucked in. You don't want to see them like hanging out. So I'm going to add another one right here, and I'm going to go in like this. Make sure that I grab one of these bristles, and you see by adding just one cluster automatically gives you 2 ornaments. I'm going to add one to the top over here to make sure that it's all throughout the tree. So I'm gonna grab this bristle. Sorry if I give you my back, but I kind of have to see what I'm doing. Look at that. So now you have that blue ornament all throughout. And so now I've gathered some just silver ones by themselves and to fill in. So I'm going to go in here and twist with my wire. And I'm gonna add one right here. I have this beautiful silver with white. I want this to be more of a showpiece, so I'm gonna add some of them out. Let me see, I'm gonna add one right here so you can really see it. Oh, right here. And as you continue to add ornaments, make sure that you kind of cluster them together, so that way they're seen from all over the place. I'm gonna add one right here by this hydrangea. And don't forget to take it all the way to the top. I have 4, this came in a box of 4. So I'm gonna add one right here to the top. So I'm gonna grab this right here and just give it a twist. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? All of these silver and blue and white together. I'm gonna add one right here. And then I have some of these clear ones with glitter in the middle. These are also a statement piece, so I'm gonna make sure that I find a place where you can actually see them, like right here. I'm gonna grab this wire and just hang it like this. Look at that. Because they don't weigh basically anything, that is just so easy to attach to your tree. So basically just swirl that wire once. Let me see, where else do I need? I'm gonna put one right here. Hanging from right here. So grab your bristle and just give it one swirl to the left. That way when you take them down, you know that you just swirl one to the right, and then it'll basically be it. All right, so those are the ornaments. We had some clusters of silver and blue, and then some white and silver, and some clear ones to make it look more elegant. So the next item is going to be the statement pieces. Let me get them all ready and I'll be right back. Keep watching. If you've been watching Ramon at Home for quite any time, then you know that my thing is the flyaways. Whether I'm making a fresh floral arrangement, a wreath, a swag, or a Christmas tree, you always have to have an item like this that is a flyaway that is going to give that 3-dimensional look to your Christmas tree. In this case, I found this gorgeous glitter boxwood pick. It is rather long, but right here where the glitter stops, that's basically all you have to insert into the tree. I don't know if you guys knew that, but where the glitter starts, that's where your showpiece is. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna find places like right here, and I'm gonna add it right there, and look, it just extends the shape. It gives it that 3-dimensional feel to your Christmas tree, and it just gives it a very elegant look. So I'm going to add one right here, right by this magnolia, and look at that. It makes everything else just look so 3D. Your eye travels all the way in. I'm gonna add one right here, because you have to let your eye dictate where is it that the flyaways want to live in order to make that 3-dimensional feel. And so now what happens on the left is gonna happen on the right. I have about half a dozen of these that I'm going to add to the trees. I'm gonna add this one right here. Look at that. Oh my God, it's so pretty and so glittery. So I'm gonna add one right here. Let's see. And remember, we'll always go back at the end and fluff those ribbons. You don't wanna have pancake ribbon or flat ribbon. We're gonna add one to the bottom. Make sure that it spills down and forward like this. If it doesn't want to stay, just grab your stem and then look, push it up and it'll stay right there. Let's see, where else do we need one? Over on this side. All right, so I just want to give you a quick close-up of all of the items that we added to this gorgeous blue and white and silver tree, starting with this ribbon, you guys. Check out the detail of the ornaments with the snowflakes, the little magnolia that has jewels inside of it. It's just so beautiful. And here is a close-up of those blue or navy poinsettias. All of the glitter on the boxwood and all of the other picks is just absolutely exquisite. And I want to also show you over here the blue and white ornament, or the blue and silver in this case. Is just so beautiful. And I love the way this turned out because it really changed the look of that really inexpensive Christmas tree that was behind it. I cannot wait to read your comments. All right, you guys, so what do you think? Wasn't that just absolutely gorgeous? I love the way this tree turned out. It is glam, it is traditional, and it is so easy to put together, as you guys can see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, we're going to be posting a brand new Christmas in July video every single day, Monday through Friday. And I really hope to see you here this month of July for Christmas in July. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, and as always, you can watch more videos right now. Until next time, bye.